So even though this is a life plan tool, I use this on the front end of StratOps all the time. And I give the little test that I just gave you to the room. And I ask them to do what I just asked you to do. Michael just handed it out to you. But here it is. I draw this up. We call this the thinking wavelength. Wavelength. It was created by a salesman for a client of Tom's. And this salesman, wherever the company assigned him in a geo market, it would begin to climb to the top. So if they put him in Italy, Italy would go to #1. France would climb up to the top. They put him in Romania, and this was in the early 80s, before the Iron Curtain fell. It was Ariel. And the client asked Tom to go find out what this guy was doing. So he met this guy in Geneva, Switzerland, and this guy was cut right to the chase, and he said, Tom, it's simple. Some people are grinders, some are minders, some are keepers, some are finders. I'm a finder. I need fresh raw meat. Give me an assignment, I'll go start it, hand it off to someone, and then give me a new assignment. Well, Tom added, he added theorizer or theorist, and we made it rhyme a little better, conceiver. So there's these grinder, minder, keeper, finder, conceiver spectrum from 1 to 10. As you go from the midpoint to the left, the thinking gets more concrete, more risk adverse, resistant to change. That doesn't mean, minders can't change or won't take risks, but their process to get there is different than this side. They need fewer variables swimming around in their head at one time. You can't overload them. They take one step at a time logically. They have a lower tolerance for ambiguity, very problem task oriented. So the grinders and minders are your administrative operational stars, and we need them. In any entity, we need them. They're not less than. This is not the wrong answer to the test. Now, I remember Peggy Elkins, who works for Jane in finance. She's been the longest auditor employee, 20 years with Kurt or something like that. Because someone over here said, we need to change this grinder word, it's negative. Peggy said, no, it's not, I'm a proud grinder. Real grinders are proud of it. And a grinder will do the same thing every day for 30 years and love it. They won't grow weary. Some of you will just start twitching, right, at doing that. Minders will mind, manage current built systems, processes, teams, and they'll do a great job on it. But if you ask a minder to reinvent, redesign, that's not where their thinking goes. They're going to stress out. We need these people keep the wheels turning in the infrastructure and oil on the wheels, right? We've got to have them. As you go from the midpoint to the right, the thinking gets progressively more abstract, more easily embracing of risk, welcoming of change, can handle many variables, take quantum leaps, higher tolerance for ambiguity, very opportunity oriented. So your conceivers, like I said, every new day is a new day for opportunity. And they'll drive these people nuts, because in their thinking, those ideas from yesterday, they're completed already. And they could be 2-year projects. Conceivers get slammed a lot for all talk, no follow-through. In the world of academics, conceivers advance the thought of their field of study. But some professors are minders. They just teach current developed thought. Engineers, Adam Wibby is like way over here. I did his life plan. He's R&D par excellence, a RISD, Rhode Island School of Design grad. He's just his list, we did a storyboard of all of his ideas, and we populated this whole thing here with just hundreds of cards. It's just his brain.
That's scary.
Huh?
That's scary.
It's scary. We got his brain out on the board, and he's a conceiver. We need conceivers. We need them, but we need to know how to harvest the best from them and on-ramp those ideas into process. Finders, on the other hand, these people are your real entrepreneurs. They'll find a pearl of great value and they see the potential in it. They'll start a new company, they'll plant a church, they'll start a new product line. They're always advancing. But once it's built, these people care about first generation success, prototype success. Once they realize it has viability, they've got to hand it to a keeper or minder. And then you've got to give them a new assignment. Keep them in their space. Right? Keepers are builders. They take what has been founded and they'll build. You know, they'll see and appreciate both sides. They'll keep the grinders and conceivers from killing each other. All right? I'm curious, real quick, just numbers.
5.5. 5.6.
7.
5.6.
7. 6.
7.
7. 8.5. 8.
7.
8. 5. 7. 7.5.
5.8.
7.
8.
6, 8.
7.5.
Mark's at 9.99. Yeah. What we say in the world of facilitator, we want our facilitators to be in that 5 to 8-ish range in there. It doesn't mean you can't be an 8.5 or whatever, but that's the range. Imagine a facilitator is a 2.5. Why would that be hard?
They'd be dragging everybody through exact paces.
In the weeds, yeah.
Couldn't jump from idea to idea.
Probably in the how, too.
Yeah, and they don't see, they have a hard time with opportunity. So this whole process is about sniffing out opportunity and breakthrough. And if you have a 2.5 guiding, you know, at the steering wheel, it's going to be a really tough road.
They'd be on time, no?
It'll be on time. It'll be a really boring process.
Doesn't that also give you, Pete, though, insight into the room, so how you manage and lead the room?
Totally.
Because usually you have to tell conceivers and binders to kind of let everybody else speak.
Yep. Totally. And so we actually chart, I'm not going to do it here, but like we populated the Willow. How many people do we have in there? 25? And I think Bill said, boy, it looks like we sprayed a shotgun shot right here, because everyone, yeah, I want the bulk, at least 75% of the room, the thinking in the room, to be in this range. Doesn't mean I don't want some over here. I've done some strat ops where 75% were over here. That's hard. So I like a 75-25% ratio in general, but I want it to tilt in this realm.
It's hard, but did you get it done? Or did you...
I was as much contributor as facilitator, and that shouldn't be that way. So we did get it done, but it's, you know, this process starts at, and if you use the airplane analogy, it's 36,000 feet. So, you know, day one, first half day of day two, all these people are really engaged. They love it. They're just into it. And then the airplane begins to come down. By the end of day two, you're at 10,000 feet. Day three, you're feeling the rubber hit the runway. And then you set things in motion, begin to drill down deep. And these people begin to lose heart, steam, energy. And these people begin to come alive. So it shifts. You'll see that in the energy of a room as a facilitator.